sent with me. That's what I eat for dinner all week.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. I have some exciting news. I have actually partnered up with BUSR Sportsbook, and we have an amazing limited time offer just for you. If you're into gambling, check this out. They have a sign-up 150% bonus. That's right. It's only for 24 hours after you sign up. But if you make a deposit within that 24 hours, you'll get a 150% bonus. Put in $100, you get $150. Put in $1,000, you'll get an additional $1,500, up to $2,500. Now check this out. It's not just football because, we're dealing with the playoffs and Super Bowl right now. It goes well beyond just that. We're talking about football, basketball, baseball, hockey, more. Hell, I heard that like in The Sopranos that they would gamble on 2 cockroaches running up the wall. But no, in all seriousness, they even have live in-game betting as well. So don't miss out on this incredible offer. To take advantage of this, check out the description. I'll have a clickable link in there, and I'll also pin it into the tab. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you guys, and go Cowboys. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and we are doing things a little bit differently now because it is now playoffs. Playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
We're going to talk about playoffs. Seriously. We are about 44 minutes away from the playoffs starting. This is actually a dual stream. We're going to be doing our Zoom-in call. If you are a channel member like Stacy Schubert, like Lola, like Angelica Barone, like Miss Hot Sauce, Lola, the link is in the community tab. Come in and join us. I know James Nook said he checked with me earlier, and I forgot to send him an email back to let him know that we would be doing a live stream and starting out early. So if you want to join in, please, by all means. I know Stacy, you still there, girl?
I'm here.
How you doing, Stacy? Let me say thank you so much for coming up to the tailgate. This is 2 years in a row that we got to hang with you, and it was wonderful. I don't know about you, but I am still exhausted from that. I'm still putting things back where they were from the, from the grilling and everything else, because I literally took my outdoor kitchen apart, put it on a truck, and packed it away. But
I get it. I'm just cleaning my house up and unpacking my suitcase. Because see, remember before I came up there, Mark, I went back home to Allentown. So I came home from Allentown, washed clothes, repacked my suitcase, and then went up there with you guys to have fun for the tailgate.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. And next time, we know to have you stay closer to us, so that way we can all kind of go together and everything else, instead of staying over there by the toxic waste dump that is FedEx Field. That stadium is so bad. The seat I had, and I should have posted the pictures of it. It was like a vinyl seat that was shredded. It was literally shredded. It's like, damn, y'all can't do better than this. Although I will say our team looked kind of shredded that game too. So let me acknowledge everybody that's in here. I see Angelica Barone. What's up, Angelica? And of course, we know Roland's Review is here. What's up, Roland? Of course.
Hey.
We got Lola, Miss Hot Sauce. What's up?
Yeah, Lola.
Lola, yes. And let's see, did I get all the ladies that are in so far? Okay. So we're here ready to rock and roll. I hope our Cowboys have their shit together. There you are. I was wondering if you're going to show us your lovely face here. Let me pop this on up in here. I got all these different bells and whistles and stuff. I do have a partnership, a sponsor now, BUSR Sportsbook and stuff. So if you're into gambling and want to get into gambling, they do have 150% matching for the first deposit. So definitely check that out if you guys are into betting. So are you with everybody else that's worried about this game on Monday night? I worry about every game. I worry about every single one.
I am a little bit, Mark. I'm just scared that Um, just depends on how they start off with the play calling. Let's do like Tom Brady and let's dink and dunk down the field and win. Again, like I think you were talking about before, Tom Brady doesn't care about statistics. All he wants to do is win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Let me say hello to Paula Bettis. What's up, Paula? And Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? Jeff Lee in the house. Matthew, Commanders fan here. I enjoy your stream. The brother screwed us is legendary. Appreciate that, Matthew. And congratulations on putting the Cowboys left hand down. And I hope you guys are enjoying having the left hand up on the couch. I hope you're enjoying that, okay? And the sad thing for you Commanders fans is I honestly believe if you had not played Carson Wentz, you guys would be in the playoffs. I think anybody other than Carson Wentz, whether it had been Sam Howell or eyebrows, that I don't think anybody would have done as bad as Carson Wentz and y'all would have made it. But, it is what it is. Mr. Cowboy 88, what's up? What's up? What's up? Mike, how you doing, Mike? Wesley, what's going on? And there's Help Miranda. Now, were you in here last night, Stacy?
I was.
Okay, now, here's what I need to do. I need to get a fire hose, okay? Last night got a little bit out of hand, and some people saw the stream and were kind of like, I thought this was kind of a family channel, family-friendly channel. And and they're like, that was kind of, R-rated at minimum. And I have to blame DMV because it was his idea on the Big D Energy shirts. I did not realize that everybody had gotten fired up over on Game Time and Prime Time's broadcast. And I see we've got, of course, now our usual bot that's in here now.
But even Dak has a shirt that she loves the D. So, I mean.
Okay. Does he?
Yeah, Dak, I actually saw a picture with him on the field. She loves the D, and the D.
There you go. All right. So, like I said, and Dak is wholesome, isn't he?
That's wholesome.
He's wholesome. Okay.
So one's mind is, and their mentality.
Yeah. Let me just set up for getting rid of this, the trolls, members only or subscribers only chat. That blocks the spam bots. Right. Until they decide to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Sometimes we get smart spam bots to do that stuff. So, but a couple of things happened this week that made me feel really, really good about this game going into it. SSL TV, what's up, man? How are you doing today? You got your mic muted. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Mark? I'm doing okay.
Man,
how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's playoff weekend. We got a couple of days for the Cowboys play. But I will say I actually liked what Mike McCarthy did with the whole taking pictures of the players that were on the roster the last time the Cowboys won a road playoff game. Because you have to think that all the Cowboy players right now have the burden of the Cowboys' failures on all of their shoulders.
Yep.
And it kind of reminds me of, I used to have some Arabic guys that used to work for me. And I remember one of the guys' name was Abu Nafis. And Abu means father of, I think, did I get it right? And so basically you're known by everything that your family has done. And that's kind of the situation here, because you hear all of the talking heads out there that the Cowboys, haven't won a road playoff game since 93. Well, these guys weren't even around in 93. They're not responsible for Tony Romo's fumbled snap on the field goal. They weren't responsible for the catch, no catch, and that bad call. They weren't responsible for the 5-11 teams that we had 3 years in a row, or the 8-8 teams. These guys are only responsible for the time that they're playing right now. But to put all that weight on their backs it's almost unfair. And so for him to turn around and say, you guys weren't the ones that are responsible for that. Look, you're only responsible for right here, right now.
Mark, do you think that's part of the problem? Maybe the pressure, they come to the pressure?
I don't know, but I remember Mike McCarthy in his closing speech last year talking about how he felt like the players were nervous. You know, remember the images of the San Francisco 49ers coming out there with the boombox? I felt like we were back in the 80s, man, you know, with the ghetto blaster, and they're rocking and loose and everything else and ready to play. And here it was, the Cowboys were hearing that they were kind of tight playing that game. So I'm hoping that they got that one out of the system. They had some experience and stuff because it's mostly the same guys and the same team together, and that they can play. Just go out and play football.
Right.
It's no different from when you played Little League, high school, college, whatever. It's the same game. Just more people are watching. Block out all that noise. You know, and looking at, you know, right now there's all of these stuff that goes out there. It drives me crazy because we keep hearing about Dak Prescott's interceptions. You know, Dak Prescott's got the same amount of interceptions as Davis Mills. And what happens in your mind, you think, Davis Mills on the Texans? Those two guys are equal? But the thing is this. The Texans are like 30th in scoring. Cowboys are 4th. Yes, he has a lot of interceptions, but Dak Prescott and Davis Mills are so far apart that it's not even close. And they get everybody reacting to Dak Prescott's interceptions. And this guy, Michael Bradley. Yes, Michael Bradley, troll that you are. Yes, I'm talking about Dak Prescott. Yes, he's got 15 interceptions on the season. Matthew Stafford had 17 last year.
Who has more? Like, who? I know they say that Prescott has the most interceptions since week 7. But who's
got the most points? Who's got the most points since week 7?
Prescott.
Thank you. They don't say that. Dak Prescott has the most interceptions, but they're also leading the league in scoring since he came back. Now, if you put it that way, that sounds a little different than just Dak Prescott, you know, and you saw what happened with Washington.
Who's second?
Who's second in interceptions?
Allen? Yeah.
Allen is only one interception. Now, granted, Allen did play the whole season, played some more games, but Josh Allen has got 14.
Nobody said nothing. You wouldn't even know that he had 14.
Right. Matthew Stafford had 17 last year and 6 pick sixes. You remember the year Brett Favre had 29? Right? So, you know, here's the thing that we're all bent out. You know, oh my God, Dak Prescott's throwing all these interceptions. Yeah, but it's not that he's just throwing interceptions and not doing anything else. Okay, I'll tell you what. Which would you rather have? Dak Prescott with the whole team, and this includes Cooper Rush, averaging 28 points a game, right? With him throwing 15 interceptions, or would you rather be Tom Brady averaging 18.4 points a game with less interceptions? Which one? That's my question. Which one? Thomas Garrett, why aren't you on here, Thomas? Where are you, man?
Because the time maybe.
Say what?
Some people are still for the same time, maybe.
Yeah.
Because we're early today.
Mike says, stop the live stream. Queen Bella has entered. What's up, Queen? Kick Bird, what's up? Thomas Garrett. Aisha Robinson, how you doing, Aisha? And Lord Nova is always coming over. I'd take Tom because less turnovers leads to wins, but that's just my opinion. Does it lead to? Okay, so Matthew, let me flip this on the other side here. Do you know how many wins Tampa Bay had this year with that 18.4 points a game? In the weakest division in football? 8. Dak is 8-3 since he came back from the injury. Do I need to drop the mic? Okay. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, I'll take. You know what? So you'll take as long as there's no interception. It's okay that they don't score, but just don't take any interceptions because That's kind of what we were doing with Cooper Rush when we had an all-world defense until the Eagles game. He wasn't turning it over, but we were only getting 22 points a game. Last I checked, wins aren't counted by how many interceptions you threw. It's by who scores the most points. I will take the one that gives me the most points. And if you're talking about Dak Prescott, the last, 11 games that he came back from injury, it's 32 points a game. Am I crazy, Roland? Stacy?
You're not crazy. You're right.
Well, you're one of the few people that actually say that I'm not crazy. Most people say I'm an idiot.
You're fine.
Okay. David, we're not talking about all of his other Super Bowls that he has before. We're talking about right now, this season, we are, I'm not happy about it. I would rather us not have any interceptions. But let's put it in the context of we are scoring points. And you can't honestly look and say, well, the team is carrying Dak Prescott, that this great wide receiver core that you can just plug in. Big Wade, what's up? That you can just plug in any quarterback and they're just going to automatically go to the Super Bowl with. You can't do that. You can't look at this and say, we've got, the best offensive line in football, like the Eagles say they have. The Eagles look and they say, we got a great wide receiving core. Yeah. We got a great running game. We got the best offensive line in football. We got all-world Jordan Davis and this great defense. You can't look at our team and say that this team is the same team as that, right? Well, that's true. I'm just going by what they say, though. Welcome to Michael Anthony Fitness joining us. Quite a few picks.
Was it 5 picks and maybe a player?
Felix, you have to go to your YouTube account and change it there. Felix, what's wrong, Felix? Thomas Garrett, what's up, Thomas?
What's up, Mark?
The sky, and I just hope it don't start falling on Monday night.
Hey, Rolling.
Johnny Hernandez. Johnny says if Kellen Moore stuck with the running game, we would have won the division.
Amen.
Possibly. We do need again, part of the problem has also been too, we have shuffled our offensive line a lot, and I'm going to say losing Terrence Steele. It's amazing how we have some players that are so much underrated that when we lose them, we realize how valuable they were. Tyron Smith has not done bad at right tackle, but he's learning a brand new position, and it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. He ain't played that side in forever, and now everything is reversed. And I know most people who've never played, football, you think, an offensive lineman, all you're doing is pushing big people around, but everything is reversed. Your first step is with the opposite foot. Your eyes have been used to looking at guys coming from this direction. Now you're reversing it, and you're actually physically having to relearn everything all over again and coming back from an injury. But hopefully he settles down. Thoughts, anybody else on the Cowboys? I think the Cowboys have been working towards Tampa Bay for the last couple of weeks. I think that's why we saw such a vanilla game plan against the Commanders, that they really felt like we're going to be playing against Tampa Bay.
Right.
If it ends up being somehow we win the division, then we've got the bye week, and we've got 2 weeks to get ready for the next opponent. But I think that they've been working on this for a while here. Listening to Dan Quinn saying that they're trying people in different positions and seeing where they work and so on. I almost feel like they've been keeping T.Y. Hilton hidden so that he becomes the X factor, that they won't know what hit him. They don't know how the Cowboys are going to use him. At least that's my hope. But it might be just the same old Kellen Moore.
I hope not. I hope he gets whoever he interviews with. I hope he gets a job.
Yeah. And
that's what I was saying last night. I was on my Cowboys family. I was on that live stream last night, and we was talking about it. And excuse me, I was telling them, I said, man, if we win Super Bowl this year, Kellen Moore is gone. Carolina got him.
Good.
I kind of, well, could it possibly be one of those situations where we talk about Van Der Esch and say, get anybody in there, or Anthony Brown, I'm sick of him, play Kevin Joseph? Is it possible that Kellen Moore, if we end up losing him, that it ends up being that situation?
Could be. Yeah. Could be. I think we're going to exercise our demons from the past on Monday. I really do. I have a good feeling about the game.
I tell you, I think if the Cowboys get past this psychological barrier,
that's what it is,
of Tom Brady, watch out. And, it was funny doing the NFC East roundtable and stuff. I forget how much I enjoy, hanging with those guys. We got a little bit crazy and a little foul mouthed and stuff. And I got to do better with that, because my own parents and other people have kind of said, hey, and even like Gina Thorne has her grandson was watching, wanting me to come over and stuff and hang out. So I got to be better with keeping things, on the real tip. I get excited with football and get emotional and stuff, and sometimes that trashy side of me comes out. But I feel like if the Cowboys win, like you said, that all of a sudden the 800-pound gorilla is off that back, and then they can just roll. And I felt like Philly 500. I don't know if he wants to face the Cowboys again.
When you was trying to ask him questions last night, it was almost as if he was trying to dog it. He was trying to go around the questions that he was asking him.
Yeah.
He was, just like when you asked him, when you said, I've got the question that you asked him, but
I said, who have you beaten? What are your quality wins?
Yeah.
Because because it drives me crazy, because they keep going, we're a great team. Okay, so tell me your great wins. Tell me your signature games that you look and say, we got our shit together and we're just better than everybody else.
Right. And and he was trying to flip the script.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to flip the script and everything, and finally Rio was like, hey man, you need to ask this question. And he just snapped. He was just going on. He didn't want to answer the question.
Well, you couldn't, because honestly, look at the best wins that they've had. Minnesota on Monday night, Kirk Cousins, and we all know Kirk Cousins, is a good quarterback at times, but not Monday nights. And beating Cooper Rush. Beating the Cowboys with Cooper Rush with 3 takeaways. They ended up, beating the Titans. Okay, well, everybody beat the Titans, okay? They did beat, Green Bay and things like that. But you can't look at it and say they played, top teams. They didn't play a Buffalo or Cincinnati. Because I was like, he's like, oh, who'd you beat? And I was like, well, we did beat Cincinnati. And, we beat the Giants twice, which are a playoff team. We beat you guys. But, of course, they'll turn around and say, well, it's Gardner Minshew. Yeah, but Gardner Minshew scored more points for your team than you do as your average with Hurts. And I dare say that they beat the Giants third string this week, but it wasn't very pretty. You lost to the Saints, you lost to the Cowboys, and it was 25-20 against the Bears, and I think the Bears are picking number 1. Am I wrong on that?
No, they're picking number 1.
Right. And they were behind 6-3 at the half. Jalen Hurts threw 2 awful interceptions, and now he's kind of nicked up. I'm not saying that the Eagles aren't a good team, because you play the teams that are in front of you. You got 14 wins, which is great, but I don't know that they're as great as they think they are. And in the same breath, everybody will say that San Francisco has 10 wins in a row. But you start looking at the wins, I mean, it's like the Cardinals, it's like the Bears, it's like, the Texans. So you start saying, yeah, but these are some of the bottom tier teams in the NFL during this streak. So, today will be interesting, because it is raining like a mother humper out in California. And it is going to, literally San Francisco has asked Seattle for some help about how to manage having all this rain, because they're not used to having rain like this during football season in San Francisco, or Santa Clara, I should say, south of San Francisco.
Right. So who should we, as Cowboy fans, who should we be pulling for the teams that are playing before us?
I would say root for Seattle, because if we end up winning this week and the following week, then the championship game would be in our house. And knocking out San Francisco would, that's the team that's probably the scariest because of the way they run the football. That's our Achilles heel, is stopping the run, and I'd rather not face them. That's what I would say.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, root for Seattle. Hope that Minnesota lose to the Giants tomorrow.
Right.
And,
which is exactly what Pizzle actually said. Hey, Pizzle believes that they're going to win that one, play the Eagles and beat them, and then face the Cowboys in the NFC Championship.
Mark, I don't care what nobody
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I still believe that a few of these top seeded teams is gonna lose today and tomorrow. I don't care what nobody say.
Well, the last 3 years, the number one seed for the NFC has lost in the first game. You remember last year, the Titans lost. They were number one seed in the AFC, and Green Bay lost to the 49ers. So, I'm trying to think, some sportscaster was talking about home field doesn't mean what it used to back in the day. Back in the day, it used to be you fought, a regular plane, but now you've got team charters that have, wide seats and everything else, and television and trainers and everything else. You have enough space that Russell Wilson can run up and down the aisleways and do calisthenics and shit. So it's not exactly the same as it used to be as far as traveling goes. So it's not as much of a disadvantage. And you can't honestly look and say that AT&T Stadium offers a big home field advantage. I don't think we have a home field advantage at all, to be quite honest with you. I love our stadium, but everybody travels there, and the seats that are down low cost so much money. You don't get the rabid fans there. You got the people that are there to really be seen and to hang out, to party. Your front row seats are also the dugout seats and things like that, and you're mesmerized by the television screen. Or, one of the great clubs that are out there, and the, 3,000 plus TVs. You don't have to be in the stadium to see the game. There are literally televisions everywhere except for the elevators in there, including, a lot of people don't realize it, but there's holding cells underneath the field.
Right.
And they even have televisions in there.
I saw all of that when I was AT&T Stadium back in October, when I saw us beat Chicago. And I may be right and I may be wrong on what I'm about ready to say, but AT&T Stadium got to be the only stadium that has standing room only seats. And, I was in the standing room only section, and I was talking to a buddy of mine. I told him, I said, man, I'd rather have standing room only, because I can go anywhere in the stadium and watch the game instead of just sitting down all day long. And when I get up, I'm grabbing my leg because I've been sitting down for a long time. I can walk. I can walk.
Hey, hold on, Mark.
Yeah.
Can we hit the playoff button just one time? Playoffs.
Playoffs?
Can we hit that?
Playoffs?
Hey,
You kidding me?
do we
Playoffs?
overachieve or underachieve from last year?
Last year, did we overachieve or underachieve?
For this season, did we overachieve going through what we went
I think we did. This is what drives me crazy. When you go through and you listen to what they said this team was going to be this year, right? Oh my God, the Cowboys don't care about winning. Who is going to catch passes? They let go Cedric Wilson. They gave away Amari Cooper for a ham sandwich. CeeDee Lamb's not a number one. They've got nobody. They don't care about winning because they're not out trying to sign these players that are out here. The defense, oh my God, go get Bobby Wagner. Go out and get, Von Miller. You let go Randy Gregory, one of the best young pass rushers out there. Their offensive line is going to be crap because they let go Lyle Collins and Connor Williams. And, they're just literally setting up Mike McCarthy to be fired early in the season so that way they can bring in Sean Payton.
Thank you.
Right?
I believe they did say that.
That's exactly what you heard all offseason, that the Cowboys will be ass. They won't make the playoffs. Now, for some reason, if the Cowboys don't win the Super Bowl, it's a failure. How's it a failure when you didn't think we'd even make the playoffs? So, from my standpoint, having lost your quarterback, and to hear the Eagles fans say, oh, well, we lost those games because we lost our starting quarterback. You lost your starting quarterback for 2 games. You lost 2 games. We lost ours for 5. We only lost 1. So you're using that as an excuse. But now we're in here talking about, well, Dak Prescott has got all these interceptions, but we're overcoming those, aren't we?
We are.
Right?
I think the media is pissed off because everything that they was calling out early in the year didn't go that way.
It was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Way wrong.
They were wrong.
Way wrong.
That's the reason, what's going to be next? What's going to be next? If we go through the playoffs, win the conference championship game, go into the Super Bowl, what's going to be next? Oh, Mike McCarthy win the Super Bowl, he's fired. Get out of here with that,
here's where, before you guys...
You need to stop, man.
Before you guys got in here when I was talking with Stacy, the evolution of trashing the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, right?
Yeah.
13-3, yeah, but he's just a dink and dunk quarterback. He can't throw the ball down the field, right?
All economics.
Right. He's just a bus driver, right? Then when we start throwing down the field, man, that's just garbage time. So let me ask you, have they talked about any other quarterback since then being a dink and dunker? A single one? Because here's what's crazy. This year, Tom Brady's yards per completion is less than Dak Prescott's when they used to say Dak is a dink and dunker.
I heard they were making a movie about Brady. Heard it said called 80 for Brady.
80 for Brady, yeah. And it's got a bunch of older actress women in it that are all going crazy because, something like going to a football game. But think about that, though. Garbage time. Dak Prescott. Oh, he makes all his yards in garbage time, right? You're telling me that he's the only person that made some yards in some games that were blowouts? That nobody else ever in the history of football has? Damn, you got a line behind you there, dog, James?
Yep, that's Micah Parsons.
Okay, all right. Look like you about to chomp on your head there, buddy. You remember when they were saying, well, that can't beat playoff teams? Here's the funny thing, and nobody's talking about that. I love this because the Cowboys played more playoff teams this season than any other team. They played 8. They went 5-3.
Yeah.
Right? You ain't heard no more. That can't beat playoff teams. Now it's well, that can't win a road playoff game. Felix, what's up, Felix? Right? You don't hear that anymore, do you? Can't beat playoff teams. Right? And so now it's Dak Prescott can't win road playoff games. We ain't won one in 30 years? So you're blaming come on, man. And so now the thing is they are so focused in on interceptions. And this is what I was saying. Roland can agree with me.
Right.
That's he's throwing the same interceptions as Davis Mills. Well, Davis Mills in that offense is averaging like 17 points a game. With Dak Prescott, we're averaging 32.
I was watching something that said that they made, so when you look at a quarterback's name and you see the amount of interceptions that he has, they were talking about adding an asterisk and then adding, for the 7 to 8 fluky
balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talking about, possibly adding a little asterisk and saying the ball was tipped or the receiver dropped the ball and it was intercepted, so that that was me lessen the burden of getting a quarterback. That's what I was watching something, and they were talking about they may do that.
Right.
Change it.
But yeah, It just doesn't matter. But they're going to, no matter what. And if we win this game, it's going to be, well, Tampa Bay was just a crappy team. They still ain't beat nobody. They had a losing record in the worst division in football. This week,
we can't win. They're not going to give us credit for anything.
I know.
If we win Monday night, I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. We're in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, hey, win in advance. I don't care how much we win by. I don't care if we win by a game-winning field goal. This is the playoffs. I was telling everybody weeks ago, when you're in a situation like this, don't nobody, no other teams care about stats or nothing. Everything is thrown out the window. These are the playoffs. Don't nobody care nothing about that.
Nope.
Playoffs.
This is about.
You kidding me?
This is about
playoffs.
Survival.
Yeah.
This is about survival.
Time to put your big boy pants on.
Yeah. If you can't put on that big boy thong, take your ass home.
I think when I first saw it.
All right.
Oh, I can't get in.
Boy, I'm with you. The trolls are in here. The cockroaches are in here hard today. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Does Narc know about the news? What news is that, James Snyder? What news? Spammers. Yeah, let me go ahead and change this up again. We had lost him for a while.
Williams? Any word on him?
Well, okay, so that was clickbait for the most part of about the arrest warrant for him. The is a misdemeanor traffic violation for reckless driving. Police had contacted him, and he was going to go in
for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was a
misdemeanor.
Listen. See, that's technically that ain't nothing but a ticket.
Well, I tell you what. See, I had an experience. That was kind of crazy. When Michael and Michaela were probably about 4 and 2 years old, I was driving and went through a police checkpoint. I had a minivan. They were little kids, and they pulled my driver's license and, checked to make sure we're in seatbelts and stuff. And okay, all right, that's cool. The next day, I get a knock at my door, and it's the police officers, and they're there to arrest me for driving on a suspended license that I didn't know I had. I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you're going with us. And I'm like, I'm a single parent. I got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old here. They said, that's not our problem. Fortunately, my nosy neighbor, who of course was looking out the back door trying to figure out why the police were at my house, she took the kids. They took me downtown, arrested me, got my fingerprints. What's up, D? Shout out. Took my fingerprints, had to talk to the magistrate to get out because it was a Friday afternoon. And it was because of a $25 ticket that I didn't know I had, that I didn't pay, that my license got suspended for, but I hadn't even been notified. The funny thing was, when Monday, when I got the mail, was when I got the notification from DMV, it says, your license is suspended. So for him, at least they called him and said, hey, just come on down and fill out the paperwork and stuff, and it's a ticket for you. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation. I won't even talk about how crazy the judge was, because the woman in front of me who was driving on a suspended license, he said to her, did you know you're driving on a suspended license? She said, yeah, I was just going around the corner. My friends, he said, did you know you're driving on a suspended license? She said, yes. 30 days in jail. I was like, shit, I'm up next. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, damn. So he asked me, he said, did you know? I said, honestly, they picked me up on Friday. I got the notification on Monday. And he said, I do kind of see a cross in the days here. He said, but don't ever drive on a suspended license. I was like, you got that, bro? We good.
Everybody's freaking out on Facebook because they said Micah Parsons missed his last practice, but they were saying he just had gave the birth of his baby or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Little girl? Is that what it is? Okay.
That's what they said.
Okay. Congratulations, Micah Parsons. And I did not hear that one. I was on with TDK TV. He did a little interview and stuff about an hour before I got on here, and been doing some work and stuff in the shop. I don't know, James, your piece is done. Okay, I know you emailed me last night and stuff. You got the dog. That's ready.
I figured you were busy because I know you've been.
Oh man, I've been
tailgate and all that.
I've been running like a crazy man, trying to get stuff
like
done.
A crazy dog.
Like a bunch of Hopefully, our Cowboys are running around like a bunch of crazed wolves. Joe Butaki, Mark, we need to have a conversation about your driving issue. Can you logically explain why you feel the need to stare at the camera while you're driving? You're going to kill somebody. I hate to tell you, buddy, it's right here. My camera is literally right here, and it's no different than doing the sweep because I'm actually not looking into the camera. I'm looking actually at the road, but the camera is right there. So that's placement. It's kind of like right now, I'm looking at basically the TV, or I'm looking over here at James Nooks, or I'm looking over here at the chat. And the camera just happens to be right there. So it looks like I'm looking into the it's not like I'm driving like this. Okay? I'm not doing that. I'm kicked back in my seat, and I'm here just doing all the sweeps of everything that goes on. And quite frankly, I'm kind of used to doing this because I see rolling out of my peripheral vision over here, and I see Twiz Digga out of my peripheral vision over here talking the usual Eagle smack, and I can see all of the television right there in front of me. I multitask, my man. Come on, man. I got it. Okay? Now, it would be different if I were like, taking my phone and holding it here like this, or I'm like people that are text messaging, and I'm not doing that. So we cool, but I appreciate the concern. All right, who's going to win this game today?
San Fran.
Yeah.
The weather could be a factor.
I'm going with Seattle in the upset.
Nah, San Fran's going to run all over them.
I hope not.
I don't know. Division games, man. Division games.
It's division games, man.
Seattle might go a quarter with them, but then after that, San Fran's going to take over.
Adrian, shout out to Adrian. Adrian, Lindsay.
Who play later on tonight?
Jacksonville and the Chargers.
Jacksonville and the Chargers. They're playing down in.
They're playing in L.A. No. I'm sorry. They're playing Jacksonville. Sorry, they're playing Jacksonville. What am I thinking? Let's see. Seattle lost 21-13 to San Francisco on December 15th. They beat the Rams. They lost to the Panthers. They lost to the Raiders. Damn. They lost to the Buccaneers. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to go through. What did they do the first time they played them? San Francisco beat them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. 27-7. So they beat the Broncos 17-16. They lost to San Francisco 27-7. They lost to the Falcons 27-23. They beat the Lions 48-45. Damn, they let the Saints score 39 on them. They beat the Cardinals. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Giants. They beat the Cardinals. They lost to Tampa Bay 21-16. They lost to the Raiders 40-34. They beat the Rams 27-23. They lost to the Panthers. Again, of course, they lost to the 49ers 21-13. They were close games at least. They lost the Chiefs 24-10. They beat the Jets 23-6, and they beat the Rams 19-16. So, nothing memorable. But San Francisco, let's see. San Francisco's schedule is not that bad either. Okay, let's start with San Francisco. They lost to the Bears, 19-10. They beat, of course, Seattle, 27-7.
They lost to Denver.
They lost to Denver, 11-10. Damn.
That was a Sunday night game. I saw that game.
Yeah, they beat the Rams 24-9. They beat the Panthers 37-15. They lost to the Falcons 28-14. They got destroyed by the Chiefs 44-23. They beat the Rams 31-14. They beat the Chargers 22-16. They beat the Cardinals 38-10. They beat the Saints 13-0. They beat the Miami Dolphins 33-17. They beat Tampa Bay 35-7. They beat Seattle 21-13. They beat the Commanders 37-20. Against the Raiders 37-34 in overtime. And they beat the Cardinals 38-13. I guess the most impressive win is beating the Commanders 37-20 or Tampa Bay 35-7.
There's just so much hype with San Fran, though, because they signed McCaffrey and all that. And they do got good defense, but, they got rookie quarterback.
But wait a minute. Hold on.
Question mark.
Hold on here. If it's great defense, okay, I get it. But you're playing the Cardinals. Cardinals' offense is terrible. Kyler Murray's not there. You let the Raiders score 34, and that's without Derek Carr. Right?
Yeah.
The Commanders scored 20, which I think that's above their average. Seahawks, you held them to 13. Tampa Bay has been bad all season. The Dolphins was without Tua. You held the Saints to 0, which is good. But the Cardinals, you're not exactly, again, when you played like the Chiefs, they scored 44. And the Falcons scored even 28. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I'm an idiot. It wouldn't be the first time I've been told I'm an idiot. No, seriously, I'm not that bright. And I'm not afraid to admit that.
You're a scammer. You're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot and a scammer.
Oh, goodness.
What happened to that? What happened to that one that you had? You're a scammer. You're an idiot. I remember you had that one.
You're an idiot.
You mean that one? Okay, yeah, we still got that. I'm an idiot. If the 49ers were in the NFC East, they would be average. There you go. I mean, because you think about the teams that they faced. I mean, Seattle's the second best team in the division. The Rams were awful. The Cardinals were terrible, too. So you had some easy games right there.
Sean McVay is full of shit, Mark.
Oh, he's coming back now.
Crap. Had everybody going, I may retire. I knew he wasn't going nowhere. See, that's what happened when you hang out with them Hollywood stars. They nothing. I'm not gonna go there with him because he's Keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm gonna say something real crazy.
All right. David Wiley. David, are we gonna see you on Monday? David, I've got a new sandwich here. It is gonna be the Jobu Mojo Heater. Get in the heater.
Hey, I got a suggestion. If we play the Eagles in the playoffs, I got a suggestion. I made these Philadelphia cheesesteak egg rolls. Oh man,
cheesesteak egg rolls. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Seattle's getting the ball first. Got the ball on the 21-yard line. It's going to be a sloppy game. They beat the Cowgirls last year. Kickoff now. Yeah, but as you know what we've learned? Last year's got no bearing on this year in football. Last year, the Rams were Super Bowl champs. How's that working out this year for them? All right, let's get the scoreboard.
That don't have anything to do with what's going on now. That is so far in my rearview mirror that it's pitiful.
Bye.
Okay, there we go. Got 2 rookies at tackles. That's not good. We beat ourselves last year. You're right about that. Happy playoff weekend. Cowboys up north, what's up? Let me say shout out to everybody, everybody who's been hanging and doing the Zoom calls and stuff with me. and things, and being here, and everybody who's been supporting the channel and stuff through thick and thin. It's 2nd and 1 already, and they lose 2 on that one. It'll be 3rd and 3. I appreciate everybody helping to get us over 50,000 subscribers, and everybody who was at the tailgate. I'm hoping that in the next year, we'll be able to do a lot more tailgating and things and different events and stuff. I thought about it. I don't think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be, what is it going to be? The Bengals should have won that game, by the way. LA got balled out. Yeah, they did. Their defense stepped up. It was winning in spite of Matthew Stafford. All right, 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 for Seattle from the 28. Here we go. Geno gets sacked. Okay, all right. So that was a quick 3 and out. 49ers 28, Seattle 17. Gina Thorne, what's his name? Angelica Barone, hey, Jags fan, how do you feel? Adam, I'm good. I see Mason Strand just joined the chat. So, James, your thoughts on the Cowboys versus Tampa Bay and Tom Brady? How would you guys are going to tackle them?
We're going to put a 40 burger on them. I think
I'd love to see that.
In their heads think it's going to be close, but I think we're going to beat the crap out of Tampa Bay. I really do.
I would love to see that.
I could be crazy. I could be wrong. Could be delusional, but I think that we're going to beat the crap out of Tampa Bay this time.
I have
my theory on Tampa Bay.
What's your theory?
My theory is the game, and I was thinking about this in bed last night.
Mm-hmm.
The game is going to be close. Somewhere, I say midway through the 3rd quarter, that's gonna be a miscue somewhere by Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Something is telling me there's gonna be a turnover or a turnover on downs or a big play by the Cowboys. Something is gonna happen, and it's gonna be the turning point. And when that happens, the floodgates is gonna open for the Cowboys. I do.
Michael Bradley, that's the real pass rush looks like. Okay. Is that the Michael Bradley, the troll?
That's just my theory.
All right.
Does Trayvon Diggs travel with Mike Evans the whole game?
I say yes.
I say probably.
I hope so.
I think they're underestimating Rhodes as well. I'd say he's going to be a big guy for that. So,
Mason, how you doing tonight? Or this evening?
Good. How about yourself?
I can't complain. Happy to be alive.
Come on, Seattle.
2nd and 10.
I was really hoping for that
win,
Cowboys
but I just
win. I'm
don't
headed
think
back.
they got
I don't
the
see what
horses.
happened either, but
see, watch it. Okay, now did you see that pass play? How often do you see Cowboy wide receivers that open?
Never.
If that was Noah Brown, you know there'd be 2 guys draped all over him. That pass was behind. Now look at it. That pass was behind.
Well, I haven't seen it. I'm behind you guys.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but you follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you had somebody right there in his hip pocket, that's a pick. That's an interception. And we don't see our wide receivers with that kind of. We don't ever see our wide receivers with that kind of separation.
No.
There's a video recently from the last game with the Commanders, and it shows Michael Gallup, and he's running what I guess is like a straight out slant, and he goes way too far. He cuts way too far. I don't know why.
He wide open.
Yeah, he could have. So
that's what I'm saying. But you see, the pass is way behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to turn the opposite direction to come back and get it. If he had a guy trailing on him, that could have been a pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Purple Soul,
like
how you doing?
Draws up these big plays that he's trying to make them go wide, and I guess get these big shots downfield, and it's rather than take the easy open route, get undercut yards. So
I want Kellen Moore gone next year, man. I don't know about you guys, but God, Lee.
I'd actually hope
there's a fan on the planet that doesn't want Kellen Moore gone.
That's the reason why I say let us win the Super Bowl, and he's gone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting Kingsbury
I want us to win the Super Bowl
as an offensive coordinator.
He looks like he's not going to coach anytime soon, though.
He's in Thailand, ain't he?
Yeah, he's in Thailand now.
Yeah.
Seattle is going to get destroyed. My number 19 with his best running backs, and that's why he's just picked up 20 yards.
And the 49ers are getting healthy at the right time.
Yeah.
Especially on defense.
Paul Soul, how you doing? Mark, it's okay to admit your weaknesses, but there's a difference between being book smart and street smart. You are not stupid. Stop putting yourself down. I think you're very intelligent and successful. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wow. Good breakup. Now, if that was the Cowboys, they would have called pass interference, right? Oh, you guys are behind. I'm sorry.
Let me see something here.
When you see that would have been one that would have been they would have damn sure called pass interference on us.
If he would have turned around, he could have had the pick. Because the ball hit him in the back.
Yep.
Damn.
That would have been pass interference on us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, who's officiating the game Monday? That's going to do.
That is big.
I'm about to even take a look at that.
I heard that this crew.
Is the brother going to be out there? The ref?
Is the brother screwed us?
The brother screwed us.
We need to be careful. I heard this officiating crew has thrown the most flags for
Tom Brady.
And
Lord,
who do we play this? Who do we play Monday night?
Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be careful.
Yeah.
We need to be careful because this officiating crew, I heard
3rd and 2 here.
They have been known for throwing flags, roughing the passer if you even touch the quarterback. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful.
3rd and 3. Here we go. Almost intercepted. Damn. Who was he throwing that? Okay. All right. The rookie. Okay. Let's see. Are they going to go for it? I'm sorry. I'm messing you guys up.
Brock Purdy doing Brock Purdy things.
See, and if you're a San Francisco 49er fan, that's the one thing you need to be worried about because Brock Purdy
is still a rookie.
Spirit.
Yeah.
You already know what's going to happen if the 49ers win this game. I guarantee all the trolls and everybody's going to get on Facebook and say, oh, Brock Purdy, he got more playoff wins than Dak Prescott. Watch. I guarantee it.
They only got one.
Right.
I'm just saying, that'll be the narrative.
Oh, that'll be the narrative for the whole week.
Okay. Purdy looking shaky. He ain't looking Purdy right now.
Come on, Purdy.
I remember him in college at Iowa State.
Yeah.
All right. Vibrating higher. What's up? Angelica Barone. No, he didn't miss it. Purdy is nervous and it shows. And the weather is also going to be a factor in this thing.
Yeah, it's raining off and on.
Shout out to everybody out in California right now because y'all literally have gone from one extreme to the other. I mean, you were burning up forest fires and everything else. And then all of a sudden, boom, you got floods galore here.
They're getting it out there. Last, Tuesday night, they had the Golden Globe Awards, and they didn't know if they was gonna have it in the place that they would, in the arena they was having it because they had to get the water out of the I don't know. I'm thinking that they may have had it at the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where it was at.
They had to clean that arena out in order to put in the hat.
Damn. Dallas Cowboy girl, what's up? How are you doing? Yeah, it's a mess, man. They need it though. As much rain as they have not had over the years and stuff.
Yeah, they're always in a drought.
Right.
And part of the problem is not to be getting away from football, but where we've controlled the water with all the levees and things, that natural flooding, as bad as it is, gets out and saturates the ground instead of it all just running off and fills up the aquifers. And because